Madagascar just had a shock power shift. The military says they've taken control. The president fled the country. Lawmakers moved to impeach him, all in a matter of days. Here's what happened, fast. Colonel Michael Randrianarina went on national radio and said, "We have taken the power." He announced the military was dissolving state institutions, except the lower house of parliament. That same chamber had just voted to impeach President Andry Rajoelina. Why did it explode now? Weeks of Gen Z-led protests started over constant electricity cuts and water shortages. Those daily frustrations snowballed into anger over corruption, bad governance, and the basic services people weren't getting. Then a turning point. Soldiers from the elite CAPSAT unit joined the protests. Yes, the same unit that switched sides back in 2009. That flipped the balance. With soldiers breaking ranks, Rajoelina left the country. On October 14th, lawmakers voted to impeach him. Soon after, the military said it would form a council made up of officers from the army and officers from the gendarmerie, and move quickly to appoint a prime minister to set up a civilian government. Let me zoom out. Madagascar is young. The average age is under 20. The population's around 30 million. Roughly 3/4 live in poverty. According to the World Bank, GDP per capita has fallen about 45% since independence in 1960. When the lights go out and taps run dry, that's not just an inconvenience. It's a spark in a room full of kindling. Back to the streets. Thousands gathered at 13 May Square in Antananarivo, waving Malagasy flags. A now iconic Gen Z banner with a skull and crossbones inspired by the One Piece anime. The crowd was loud, focused, and at times furious. Some chanted against Rajoelina, calling him a French stooge over his dual citizenship. Internationally, France said constitutional order has to be preserved. President Emmanuel Macron acknowledged the youth's grievances, but warned that military factions shouldn't exploit them. So what does military council mean right now? The colonel says officers will oversee a transition and appoint a prime minister to quickly form a civilian government. The lower house of parliament, the one that voted to impeach, remains in place. Everything else, presidency, upper chamber, many state bodies, has been effectively paused by the military's declaration. What to watch next, who gets named prime minister, and how fast? Whether the council sets a clear timeline for elections, how protesters respond if reforms stall, and whether the elite CAPSAT unit stays united behind the council. This isn't happening in a vacuum. Back in 2009, CAPSAT's defection helped bring Rajoelina to power. Now, history rhymes, the same unit turned against him. If the council doesn't deliver on services, power, water, jobs, the streets could fill again. For now, here's the snapshot. The military says it's in charge. The president is out of the country and impeached by the lower house. A military gendarmerie council is forming, promising a rapid move to a civilian government. The roots of this crisis are deep: poverty, outages, and a young population demanding change.